Hello, everyone. I'm Captain Logan, and joining me tonight, we've got a big panel for Disney Renaissance Mania. We're going to do The Lion King for you. I've got my son Jason.
Hey.
As always, Austin, the Day Ghost.
Yo.
And we have John, the Smallville Season 8 expert.
Oh, we're not doing Smallville?
No.
That's what I thought. I thought that's why you asked me to come onto this one.
No, you only have to be here for a fraction of the time, John.
There's no love triangles in this movie?
Not really.
No?
Not with Doomsday.
No, there's especially no
You're
Lion
actually being
Doomsday
Simba
love
and
triangles.
Doomsday would be incredible.
Yes.
No, it's Lion King 2 that's the romance.
Apparently that short with the guy that's like, look, it's a lion, oh my god, is like getting around.
He's getting around. Well, he just got sued about it, so.
What?
Uh-huh.
Why?
It's a whole thing. You can read about it.
Oh, okay. I will. That's crazy.
Yeah, because the guy who composed that song is an a-hole, so yeah.
Oh.
It's great.
Good. I wasn't aware of that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know
he just got sued like 2 days ago.
Allegedly. Look, I'm not going to even say what you just said because I don't want to get sued, okay? So.
Disney's going to take your thumbs if you repeat it now.
Yeah, now I'm scared. What's funny is I almost played in with it. I'm glad I didn't. I was going to play a clip because it's funny.
Yeah,
now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
No, it's one of my favorite videos right now, but I keep going back to it. But.
That's great. How they sued? The guy just like sings part of a song
No,
parody.
He sued because it's not what was intended to be the lyrics.
Yeah, I thought he was joking.
Yeah, he was. Everyone understood that he was joking.
Except for the composer?
Yeah.
Wait, what? So tonight, we're going to watch The Lion King, which is one of my favorite Disney Renaissance movies. And I go back and forth between this and Beauty and the Beast. At one time, so I did years ago my top 20 just movies of all time. And Lion King made that list.
Wow, really?
And then I did an updated version of that, and I felt the need to take Lion King off and replace it with Beauty and the Beast. And I'm going back and forth
That's funny.
between these two movies. Jason's favorite Disney Renaissance film is not The Lion King. It's a movie we did last night, and
I was so tired.
he was
so
too
Freddie
tired.
did it instead.
Had to get up early, and Freddie was there. And Freddie was there the entire commentary. He was there for both commentaries we did last night. And he got so tired. Because we kept him up till 2 a.m, and he had a wonderful time. And look, it's spring break for my kids this week; they're off. He was able to sleep late. I'm not as negligent as it sounds, but anyway, of a parent. But anyway, he was there to give. It turns out kind of just one brilliant criticism, which was just. Belle would get hypothermia if she went out when the wolves were attacking. That was like all he said the entire commentary.
It was Aladdin when he gets thrown into the mountain, when he's around the snow.
Oh, I thought it was during Beauty and the Beast.
No, Beauty and the Beast, it was, how does everybody know where the castle is? The hypothermia one was Aladdin.
That's hilarious. I thought they were both that movie. That's great. Anyway, John, what is your background on this movie? And as an addendum, why do you not remember if you've ever seen Aladdin?
So to answer the first question, this is one of, if not the first movies I remember seeing in theaters. And I remember because I was like 2 and I got impatient and ran into the wrong theater where Hellraiser was playing and was terrified. And I've never forgotten that. I don't know why, but that's the main thing I remember.
And that's what got him onto horror movies. The Lion King is why John loves horror films now.
Yeah,
that's the circle of life.
But I had this movie on VHS tape. Like, this is one of the movies that I watched the most as a kid. It's always been my favorite. And I wasn't a big Disney kid. I guess I was more of a Pixar kid, like Toy Story and The Incredibles and stuff like that. But this is like the one Disney animated movie that I kept going back to. I even had the sequel, but I never liked that one, even when it came out.
I never watched 2. I watched 1.5.
Somebody remind me, didn't 1.5 come first? or was it?
No, one and a half. One and a half was the last one I think they did.
Yeah, I think that's the
Okay.
third one. I've not seen that one. I'm reverse of Jason. I've seen 2, but not 1.5.
Yeah, and I've seen 1.5 and not 2.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember what order they came out. And now that you say that, though, I think 1.5 was pretty late.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it like early to even kind of mid 2000s when they finally released that?
Because I think that one.
It's boring.
That one was when we stopped doing VHS and was doing like DVD.
I think
The
they
other
still
one,
had a VHS for
two-
that, but it was real late. Like they were almost done with that.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong about that though. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember
Well,
what order
two
they
is-
came out.
2 is a weird movie as well because it's, Romeo and Juliet between Simba's daughter and this lion from another pack, but they also like kind of insinuate that it's Scar's son, which is like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because they'd all be
They'd
related.
be cousins. Yeah.
This real incestuous thing going on. I mean, how many lions are even out there on the around Pride Rock? Like, because I got the sense that all the lions were related, and then you got to wonder how they're even procreating.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Let's
a
just
question I was
Mufasa and like 50 wives.
Wasn't 1.5? There aren't that many lions in the film. Wasn't Lion King 1.5 the movie where Rafiki got a song about love and there were hearts everywhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's painful, and I will send it to you after this because I want it to sear into your brain.
And 1.5 is 2004. I looked it up.
Well, now that we're talking about this,
Yeah, everybody in the comments is saying that too. I thought I was gonna say 04 or 05.
that also reminds me, Lion King 2 is the greatest YouTube tribute music video on the entire internet, where somebody took, the Linkin Park "Crawling in My Skin" song, but specifically the like 9/11 version that like plays like news clips from 9/11. In the song, they took that and they play it over footage of Lion King 2, and it is the greatest video of all time. I will
What?
send it to you guys after
Why?
this. It's beautiful. I don't know, but the best part is there's a part where it's a newscaster. It's like, oh my god, it's coming, oh my god, and it's like 2 packs of lions running at each other, and it's beautiful.
Okay, Great says that Rafiki song is in 2. So they run together. I don't remember what's in 1.
Oh, okay.
1.5, I remember being kind of the Timon and Pumbaa movie.
It is. Yeah. That's what.
Is it like at least half of that movie just the first movie, but from their point of view?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is like, well, okay, you guys were over there while that was happening. I don't know what there is to say.
there
It
was-
felt like a sequel to their TV show.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was like a weird push for those two specifically because they had like that TV show and
Mm-hmm.
then the movie from their point of view. And I mean, I like them. I don't know if they can carry a movie or a show.
I think they carried a show, but it was popular enough. People liked it. It's like we cannot figure out how to make Lion King a show, and then years later you get Lion Guard. I think they made like several seasons of that, where it's like, and I watched the first episode of that, and I was not impressed at all because like too many of the members of the Lion Guard aren't even lions. It's like I don't know what we're doing, but but that was like the obvious thing to do. It's like you just go forward and like. Simba's got kids, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like how hard is it?
Yeah, I just kind of like the first movie, and then the rest I don't really
Well,
care
yeah.
about.
I mean, usually director video sequels aren't even.
But Austin, to the point that we keep making about a lot of these movies, Lion King is kind of an exception to the rule that we came up with, which is most of these, with the exception of the Rescuers, movies, the series, because there's only 2 movies, aren't really a premise that makes sense to keep going with. But like Lion King, the very circle of life idea suggests you could keep making these.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why, like, again, it's not good, but I thought it was an interesting idea that 2 goes to just a different Shakespeare play in
Oh,
doing
I didn't even
Romeo
know
and
they did-
Juliet.
That's what they did with it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really.
So it's like,
interesting.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably others, like other Shakespeare plays you could pretty easily do. Like how hard would it be to do something with? I mean, it wouldn't be 1-to-1, but neither is this with Hamlet. But you could do something like The Tempest, like your big storm movie. Like, there's stuff you could do.
Yeah. do Macbeth, but Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are Timon and Pumbaa.
Let's go ahead and get into the movie. I think we've had enough preamble. Everybody get ready to press play when I say now. How are you going to watch it? Disney Plus, DVD, Blu-ray. I get to timestamp 0. And away we go. Jason, I'm glad you were able to finally pop on one of these.
Yeah,
I think
want
he's
to be on a couple.
He's going to try to come back next week.
Yeah, for a couple.
1 or 2. You said you wanted to try to do Lilo and Stitch, maybe?
At least. If not...
Cool.
What else? I know, like, Freddie wants to do Mulan or something, but...
Yeah, Freddie's good. Freddie's not gonna come back for another twofer, but he's gonna come back for at least one more, and he'll have like that one brilliant criticism, and he'll have nothing else to say. All right, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. So, Jason, where does this one rank for you?
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a better movie than Aladdin.
Oh.
I prefer Aladdin. Like,
I don't even know if that's true.
I love
like
this
it
movie.
more. I don't know if it's actually a better movie.
No, I had the
Yeah, I
opposite.
actually, honestly, I think in terms of just movies I have problems with, I actually think in that sense, for me so far, this is the weakest. But just overall enjoyment is probably my favorite of what we've done so far. But I got some issues with this movie that we'll get into when we get there.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see if I agree, Austin.
Yeah.
This is my favorite looking of these.
Yeah.
I go back to this just for atmosphere a lot. I mentioned this the other day, but I love the orchestral score a lot. What's weird is one of the weaker things for this movie compared to Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, even Little Mermaid, is I don't actually love all of the songs.
Really?
I wish I did, but
That's
yeah.
a big thing I have.
Yeah, I don't love all of this. I'm not a big Hakuna Matata fan.
Oh, okay.
I
I think this has...
the worst Disney song of all time.
And I don't have that, but
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
weaker.
That's
than
an
some of the-
exaggeration.
than some of the other songs in that category of like, you know, where that's placed and what it's doing for the movie. But I am also not a huge fan of I Just Can't Wait to Be King. You know, like if that's another like Be Our Guest or something, it's a weaker one.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is one of the better soundtracks for a Disney movie. I think this is a perfect soundtrack, honestly. Like
I really like the soundtrack, but I mean, admittedly, some of that is just nostalgia. And
I love Be Prepared. That's like the big song this has for me. Outside of that, I can kind of give take or leave the songs.
Yeah, this is the big song for me.
Oh yeah, this one's good too.
And I think this song is wonderful. Elton John also, when he sings this stuff, elevates all of it. So like some of these songs I like as Elton John songs, but don't love the way they're worked into the film.
That looks so good.
That shot is
it's so good.
Gets me.
Well,
Yeah.
with soundtracks like this, I don't listen to a lot of these like outside of the movie, so I like them all in where they're at in the movie and how they work in the movie. As songs, I don't go back to them very often. So
Can I say-
definitely, like this is one of my favorite ones, but just because of the movie itself.
Can I say that the best soundtrack from this era is Little Mermaid? Can I say that?
Hey, you can. You can say anything.
Oh yeah, but do you agree? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, mine is probably Mulan, but like that's fair. Little Mermaid's a good one.
I definitely like it above Mulan. I'm surprised you're saying that over Aladdin.
Yeah. There are a couple Aladdin songs that have just been kind of overplayed for me. Just because I've watched that
That's
movie so many
completely fair.
times because I like it.
So one thing that really separates this movie, maybe it goes without saying, is like with moving inanimate objects, we keep talking about that. Disney also obviously has a long history with personified talking animals, and this is the first time we get one with no humans whatsoever. Like, you get close with a couple of things,
Yeah.
like with Jungle Book, but then there's
The kid.
There's the kid throughout. But here you don't even get humans like by the end or anything.
No.
They don't even know about humans.
Yeah.
There might as well not be human beings in this universe.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
cool.
never thought about that this is the first one without any human characters. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And growing up, Rafiki was my favorite character in this movie.
Hey, he's Yoda. He's great.
Yeah.
He's fun. You're right that he's Yoda. Like, they do a really great job of having the wise sage character who is also comic relief, but he like jumps back and forth between being silly and really serious, and he's doing it on purpose. The Lion King logo is one of my favorite things in a Disney movie. It got me so hard in the theater that it just smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
With the logo.
And then
Right
it does
near
it
the
at the
song.
end.
That's such a cool thing. Yeah, and then they do it again at the end.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The first time I had an experience even remotely like that again, since that was Guardians of the Galaxy. When Guardians does it, I immediately went, it's the Lion King! And, like, it's a little different, because it's in front of, footage.
See,
It
and
doesn't
I
go
have
to a
it-
black screen.
I have
but-
it with Penguin.
Oh, Penguin does
With
it.
the first episode of Penguin.
Yeah,
where I was
that's
like,
pretty
oh
cool.
man.
He's like, it's the Lion King.
Dun, dun.
Daniverse also mentions Bambi for being entirely animals. I didn't think of that, but yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that. I couldn't remember if there were any humans in that. I haven't seen that. Well, yeah, but there's a hunter. Like, you don't see them, but there are humans. There's a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all off camera.
But okay, but that means I'm still right that this is the first movie where there's no humans even referenced. Like, there
In
might as
general,
well not
yeah.
be any, which is appropriate because of the story they're telling, where the animals are all stand-ins for human beings. You know, like has been covered a million times. It's kind of Hamlet with the animal kingdom, and the lions, themselves, even though all the other animals are self-aware and kind of humanized, at least some of them, because this does have that thing, right, where some of them just act like animals and some of them actually talk and are kind of more humanistic, but the lions are the stand-in for us as being the top of the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
James Earl Jones, I think, was just the only pick for Mufasa. And if we had to do any kind of spin-offs back then, I almost kind of wish we'd gotten a prequel with him. I know we did that in, like, the live-action stuff that I don't care about. But, like, in this style, like, an actual Mufasa movie, I think could have been cool.
No, both him and Jeremy Irons. I had that when they did the remake, where I was like, you can't bring back James Earl Jones, but not Irons. Like, that's weird. I don't know. Either don't bring anyone back.
Especially when their star was
Rainbow.
absolutely nothing, just like their Jafar. He's just so dull. And
All the
boring
villains in
and-
the remakes are boring.
except for
yeah.
Gaston.
Oh, and I haven't seen that one. But fair enough.
No, because that guy is actually trying to be the character for the movie.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
it's
that's good,
also
at
not
least.
an animal that looks like a real animal, but doesn't have any facial expressions.
Well, yeah, but neither is Jafar,
know?
and that guy just isn't being Jafar. He's just like
Oh,
like
no,
a
he
sap.
doesn't have any facial expressions either. So,
Daniverse, this movie has a huge leap in terms of movie star power. That's true. I mean, Aladdin had Robin Williams, and that was about it. And then this movie, even at the time, I knew at least like 3 actors that were in this.
No, it's like a very, classic example of like the animated kids film where most of the cast are celebrity. Not everybody, but a lot of them are.
I will say, if memory serves, it wasn't at the time like DreamWorks and studios like that later on would sell the movies, where they make a really big deal out of the stars in the advertising. I haven't looked at the trailers for this in a long time, so I can't remember if they were like, James Earl Jones, like here's the voices up front. They may have, I can't remember, but I didn't think they did that. I thought they sold this about the way they do most of the rest of these, and it just happens to have a cast with names you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But that is one of my problems. Is I find Matthew Broderick kind of distracting in this movie. I don't think he works as Simba when he grows up.
Oh, interesting.
Baseball.
Baseball marks the time.
People will come, Simba.
People will most definitely come.
People will most definitely come.
And they'll
For
trample
reasons
me.
they can't even fathom. Yeah, this is probably in my top 3 for Disney. Just like overall.
So Austin, I'm gonna blow your mind when I say this, but I didn't even realize older Simba was Matthew Broderick until like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah, I never picked up on that. So you're like, he's super distracting. I didn't even know who it was. I somehow never caught the credit. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
didn't
don't think
until
his
right now.
I
voice works
just
for this
learned
at all.
that. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. I was saying, like, I don't think his voice works for this movie. But fair enough.
Yeah, I've honestly just not a thing I've ever really scrutinized, never thought about. I'm actually more distracted by Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Just because I immediately.
Which is funny because I have the opposite where I'm like, it's odd that the kid actor works for me more than the adult one.
I think he works well. He just jumps out because even at the time, like I knew that voice, and I was
Sure.
unaccustomed to recognizing the voices in these. You know,
Okay.
and Whoopi Goldberg too, where it's like, what is Guinan doing in this movie? what is the woman from Sister Act doing in this movie?
Well, she's hanging out with Cheech or Chong. I can never remember which is which. It's Cheech in this, right? No, it's Chong, right? John?
I don't know. I have no idea.
John knows.
No, it's Cheech.
I always get them mixed up, and they don't sound anything alike. I can just never remember which is which.
I will know when
I know
hear
them
him.
more for animated things where they're on their own.
I will know for
okay, it's
sure when I
Cheech.
hear him. Okay.
There we go. Thank
So,
you, Chad.
for the most part, this movie does a good job of not getting cute about like referencing modern stuff and like having like too many mentions of things that just like can't exist in this world, but like we know them, so they mention them. There are a couple of exceptions to that. This is a gigantic nitpick, but it always bothered me. No character in this universe would know what a throw rug is or what to do with one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird line.
Yeah.
Like, you make a great throw rug. It's like, you're lions. I don't even understand that. And then the other one, of course, is Timon and Pumbaa singing a real song. Actually, there's 2 of those, because then there's also the Small World After All.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of odd.
But that is where Scar is most relatable, where he's like, no, anything but that.
That one, I'll say I give them a little bit more than the Lion Sleeps Tonight, just because that's a rock song. Like, it's so odd that they're singing like a real pop song. The other song is at least a Disney song that they own, that they can just be like, that's in this world. The other thing is weird to me.
Yeah, the other one is weird.
Yeah, they're in a world where everything's controlled by lions. It's what you do.
I like that.
It's like a classic myth in their world.
I like that when Simba walks into this scene. I've never thought about this before. Just looking at it now, I thought of this. Scar is standing on the edge of that rock, and it's obviously a different rock, but like looking out regally, as if he were the king on the big rock. Mm-hmm. That's intentional.
Yeah.
Probably. So, Austin, you said Scar is probably the best villain of these, like maybe just above or just under Hades. We were talking about this last night.
He's definitely up there. I mean, I think he might lose a bit of points because he just kind of bumbles around through the second half, but I like him a lot. Jeremy Irons is awesome.
His design's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how sinister he is, almost as if he was born that way, and like reality will just not let him do anything but be evil. You know, his design is prophetic.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like his lot in life denoted that color scheme.
Okay, but
What?
is Scar better than Ursula?
I don't know. That's tough. That's tough for me. She's pretty great.
Yeah, they're hard to, pick from.
Hard to compare. At the end of the day, you kind of have to throw your hands in the air and go, they've got pretty good villains much of the time.
Yeah. No, I love this movie.
And then, of course, Jafar's a lot of fun. And I already kind of broke down the differences with the first, like, 4 of these on another stream. But I thought it was interesting that, you start with a real, like, menacing but comedic one. And then you do kind of everything in between, where sometimes they're more bumbling and sometimes they're more, like, flat out, like, dark and scary.
Yeah.
And I think Scar is kind of I talked about this last night, but I think Scar is kind of a flip of Jafar, where he is more menace. The menace comes up front, but then he can be kind of silly. In Jafar, I think the menace is a little more in the background, and he's more bumbling up front.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though I don't love the song, I do like how this looks. All this stuff looks really great.
Yeah, all the
Like how
extra coloring
stylistic
stuff
we
is
get.
super cool.
Yeah.
And again, a totally different look from what we've had before, but still distinctively Disney. And so, like, they'll have character models that remind you of things you've seen before, but the color palette and the designs of the backgrounds, you're going in a completely different direction. No, Angel Castaneda, this is not my favorite song.
I like this song.
Who's gonna tell him what it'll take for him to become king?
And again, I like that.
Austin.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Because
good.
you said that your main complaint with Scar is that he kind of just bumbles around in the second half. I was just curious what you mean, because he's in the second half he's already won.
Well, yeah, it's more that he just kind of sits. Bumble was the wrong word. It's more he just kind of lazes around, and like it makes sense for the story, but like he just kind of whines the second half.
Do you just feel like he loses his menace a bit? Like, I feel like that's kind of the
Yeah.
point, is he gets what he wants, and then he refuses to actually be a leader, and it's almost like
He's really bad at it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even criticizing the story with that. I'm just saying, like, in terms of Disney villains, like that maybe brings him down a little bit for me compared to others. But
Okay.
he's great.
It's
Like,
almost like,
as a story, it
it's
works.
almost like once he gets what he wants, maybe he didn't want that as badly as he thought he did. I mean, like he does just for, power and prestige and all that, and just to say that he won and that he beat Mufasa and all of that. But it's kind of a movie acknowledging that the villain gets what he wants and then there's nothing left for him to do. Unlike something like a Whiplash, where he gets what he wants and then he keeps acting like he's still trying to get that thing.
Well, and what I like, and obviously when we get there we can talk more about it, is also it just shows how he's still insecure.
Yes.
Like he freaks out when people just mention.
But now
the name
Zazu is
Mufasa.
banned.
Yeah. No,
Sorry,
I love
Joe,
that that's
is
the
it-
world's most elaborate, like, get rid of our babysitter plot.
That's true. And I like the contrast of that versus something like Ariel's. Why do I always forget the name of that song? Part of Your World song.
Yeah.
Where, like, she just wants to get away from all the regal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so excited to be in that world.
Yeah.
And then eventually, of course, he'll run away from it. And
No, his "I Want More" song is more. I'm about to get more, dude.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you guys agree with this. I feel like this is like the last Disney movie for me that is really like a Disney movie. I don't know. Well, cause like Pocahontas is right after this, and this is like this is the last one that.
Now you're cringing just with the name of the movie. I don't even have to say colors of the wind. You just every time.
Oh, that's so
I'm
funny.
gonna make
Austin,
a T-shirt and
do you
send
hate
it to
that
him.
movie?
Oh yeah, that movie sucks. I'm very nervous about it.
Well, and this
I
was also like
saw it like once as a kid.
this was also like the latest Disney movie that I watched like as a kid, and then I saw everything after that like older.
His perception on this is my fault.
Yeah, it is. It totally
Because
is.
we just didn't watch the later ones that much because I didn't grow up on them.
Yeah.
And some of them I never saw. And so, like, I would put in Mulan occasionally, but that's kind of the latest one.
Yeah, I didn't watch Mulan until like 10 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So your perspective on that is kind of mine because those were the movies that I grew up on, and then I kind of quit, or I kind of quit watching them as much, and then I showed you what I thought were the great ones.
and I've still never seen Hercules. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Well, that one's not my fault because your siblings have seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah,
Mulan is one I'm interested to revisit because I watched it as a kid, but I like that one wasn't one I went back to a lot. I would rather watch like Toy Story or this or.
So I think Whoopi Goldberg does a good job in this. I'll never understand that choice. Like, who did it occur to? It's like, let's get Whoopi Goldberg for one of the hyenas. Like, this is such a random casting choice.
My favorite of the hyenas is the one that can't even talk. He's just crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. Is you get the weird mix of Whoopi Goldberg, Cheech, and just one that can't speak, and None from Superman 2.
Like, yeah, kind of. I mean, I feel like that's an archetype for a lot of, like, drug gangs, where you'll have, like, the one idiot one that just runs along with everyone and kind of spits a lot and doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Green Gang in Powerpuff Girls has that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of an archetype. And then I wonder if Ed, and Eddie was looking at this movie. Because the one that doesn't talk is Ed. I just wonder about that.
I could see that. I mean, Ed in that show talks more than this guy does, but like he is the dumb one.
Oh, Jim Cummings
And I've
is the
never
voice
seen
of
that
Ed.
show.
Jim Cummings is the one that doesn't talk, Austin. I mean, he does. He just doesn't say words. But I'm surprised that that's not what's his name, Austin? The voice actor that gets all the work all the time.
Oh, Frank Welker.
Frank Welker. I'm surprised it's not Frank Welker.
I'm surprised it's not Vin Diesel in the remake.
Oh,
If I ever had a chance to meet Frank Welker, the thing I would ask him is do a Wilhelm scream, because you know he can. It'd be pitch perfect, and if somehow you couldn't use that sound anymore, I guarantee you could get him to come in and do it. I guarantee it.
Austin, who voices the hyenas in the remake? I don't remember.
Oh, I know one of them is Cottonmouth's sister from Luke Cage.
I mean, we can just look it up. Why do we care about that, John?
I don't know.
Outside of that, I don't know. I don't know if they have two stunt casted ones like this does. Probably, though.
I like the kind of mirroring or the paralleling in Simba and Scar's characterization, where Simba, being so excited to gain power and not thinking about the responsibility of it, and like just excited to, own, like all of the kingdom. If he's raised wrong, he could easily become Scar. Like that's the big thing they have in common at the start is they both want power.
Yeah. I have a question. Was Scar born with the scar, or was he named Scar and then didn't have a scar and then got a scar?
Yes.
Well, that's
They named him Scar and then scarred him to go with the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe he had a different name initially. I know the stupid live action prequel deals with all of that.
Oh my god, it does.
It does.
Oh no.
Yeah, it gives him a different name.
And
But I can't remember what it is.
and he and Mufasa aren't even actually brothers.
Yeah.
No, he like finds Mufasa in a river, which makes you really feel for Scar in that world, because Mufasa ends up king.
Nicholas Bodo, Scar has the best dynamic with his protagonist of any Disney villain. I probably agree with that because it's so personal and intimate and familial, and it's kind of the superhero Dark Mirror thing.
Lucas Green says his name is Taka.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't actually see that movie, but I remember reading about that before it came out and how freaking stupid I thought that was.
Oh,
Every
man,
now and then I just think about... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jason.
I'm just seeing Mufasa saying baseball, and I can't get it out of my head.
Every now and then I think of the one Disney producer saying that Mufasa would be their version of The Godfather 2, and then I just laugh.
I also need somebody to take James Earl Jones laughing as Mufasa in the scene and put it over Darth Vader force choking someone. Where he goes, ah! But then you
know
put,
what
like
you
the
need,
Vader filter on it. What's that?
You need in the scene where he's like, no, I am your father, and he's like, together we can rule the galaxy. Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Yeah.
You just merge those two speeches together in that scene.
And then he goes, "People will come, Luke."
people will most definitely come.
If you build the Death Star, they will come.
You said your finger was a gun. I just feel like this movie besmirches the good name of hyenas. Like, they really throw hyenas under the bus here.
I have family members that hate hyenas, and it's 100% only because of this movie where they're actual Nazis. I also love that there's only 3, but then for like other moments there has to be a lot more.
Well, there's just
It's
the
always
three
showing
that
these 3.
there's just the 3 that work for Scar. I guess they're like the lead hyenas, but the other hyenas don't seem to really follow them. They're just there.
They're just never on screen together. Like, it's just amusing where it's like these 3 just exist, and then in other sequences there can be more.
So see, this scene is what happens when I say "Colors of the Wind" to Austin. See, it's the Mufasa. Mufasa, colors of the wind. I can't wait for him to have to sit through the whole song tomorrow.
To be king?
I was not excited about Pocahontas until I realized how much Austin hated it, to the point where I can't say the title of the film without him freaking out. Now I'm excited to see it.
And then you got to make Austin watch Pocahontas 2.
Oh, Robert said he likes it more than one.
He
so
did!
Maybe it'll work out.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
So are we gonna do Disney sequel Mania?
I'm talking about it, man.
We got it.
I'm seriously talking about it. Hey, Austin, now that we're here, talk a little bit about the fascinating Elton John demo for this song.
Oh, yeah. So there's an Elton John demo called Thanks to Me, where this is a song is built into the DNA of it with the lyrics, but it's built out a little bit more, and it's got a different title, so it's got a different chorus, and it's really good. I do like this version more, but it's really good.
I do too. It's like I think they reworked it correctly, because I think "Be Prepared" is a stronger title, and this whole situation is kind of a stronger place for this song. With the way it was originally conceived, it's kind of simultaneously, I don't know, it's almost too subtle, Austin. It's like simultaneously like Scar coming out and saying, "I'm the villain and I have a conspiratorial plot," and also saying like I'm the hero of the story. And if he's singing it to the hyenas, it's too subtle, and they would have no idea what he was saying. And I think so. Like, I'm not even saying that the song is too at odds with itself. I'm just saying it's almost in its way like too cerebral is not the right word, but like it's kind of too subtle, and it's not
Yeah,
menacing
it's not as
enough.
grand as this is.
It's not as grand. Yeah, you're right. And
You couldn't have this actual Nazi marching with the Elton John version.
no, but I do think the song
No,
is
this is
strong enough that
crazy.
they could have kept that version and done a reprise and made this the reprise. So like, thanks to me is I'm gonna like save Simba, or I saved Simba, and then you do like this big reveal where it's like be prepared, or maybe it's be prepared first. And then he comes back to the lions later and sings "Thanks to Me." That's probably how you do it.
Cap, he's Jim Cummings now. That's the
Let me
moment
listen.
where
Let
it
me
cuts.
listen to it. He still gets pretty darn close.
Oh,
man.
now that you mention it, I can kind of hear it.
When he yells at that hyena, that's the cutting point. That's the last moment. It's Jeremy Irons, and now it's Jim Cummings.
So I was shocked.
Oh,
when
wow,
I learned
really?
that. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's insane.
Right at the tail end. It's not even the middle. It's like the last third of it.
Yeah, it has something to do with, I think his like voice went out or something when they were working on this, so they had Jim Cummings come in to finish it, or something like that.
What's really surprising is that that's such a neat shot.
Yeah.
What's surprising is that they didn't have Jim Cummings come in just to do a placeholder track, and then they use it if they had to, and then go back to get Irons to finish it after his. But like, did they do all the voice work at the absolute 11th hour? Like, it's really strange.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's just always what I've heard. Maybe that's incorrect, but I've always heard it was like his voice went out.
But I like the angle of, like, look at me, I'm the hero. Because that's, with Scar, that's not in this movie at all.
Mm-hmm. No, and I like that idea you said of having it be like a reprisal where he does like a speech for the lions and then one for the hyenas, and you can have it come back.
And that would be cool and menacing to the audience, because like he's singing to the lions about how he's evil, but it's or about how he's the hero, but it's the same melody, and we already heard that in real dark context.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I said, "Be Prepared" is the big song in this that I do love.
Yeah.
So I'm also just very happy with how it comes out.
It makes me want to read the draft of the script that had him like professing himself as a hero that saved Simba, because that would be reworked quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting difference. I wasn't aware it was that different at one point.
Yeah, no, it's quite different. Like I said, the lyrics of "Be Prepared" are in there, but it's very different at the same time.
Yeah, some of them are. It opens with
Yeah.
the same verse, and then it goes into a different chorus, and then it goes into a different verse.
Yeah, and then I think it at
comes
some
back.
point flips around and goes back to one of the later verses in "Be Prepared."
It does, yeah.
So it kind of like flows and streams from it.
I'll be right back.
Okay, part of the reason it has to be different is, we're talking about this too much. Part of the reason it has to be different is because the story seems to have been a little bit different at that point, and part of it is just because you got to have like different rhyming words, because you don't have that same chorus anywhere, that same title. And there was some clever stuff in that,
Yeah.
where it's like
I love that,
he's
Simba
singing
on
"Thanks
Simba."
to Me," and then the start of the second verse is "No thanks to you." Like, there's some cool, clever stuff in it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
I like his Hakuna Matata better too.
Yes. That I really like the line in that one where it's something like you never have to grow up, at least not in your head. It's something like for every quadruped.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That's great.
Well, that one's weird because originally it was supposed to open with Timon's backstory, like you get with Pumbaa, And then they just end up leaving that out entirely. So that song was supposed to open when I was a young meerkat, like you get when I was a young warthog. The warthog thing was supposed to be a callback to that. Like they do it twice.
Yeah.
And then they just
No,
axed
so when I
it.
first heard it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's weird. Why is it just Pumbaa in the movie?"
Yeah.
It does make sense that it is both.
Something's missing.
Yeah.
So that song
my
they should have
point is-
left exactly as it was. And be prepared they were right about their corrections.
Well, because my thing with Hakuna Matata is that they start singing for like a second, and then it's like, let's just talk about eating bugs for the next 3 minutes. It just
Yeah,
kind of stops being a song.
That's true.
And
Daniverse,
I'm like, I don't know.
Daniverse
It's
says,
just not enough of
Zazu.
a song for me. I know, poor Zazu.
Daniverse says he loves the music in the scene. I agree.
Yes. There's
Like,
everything about this scene is just
said this-
perfectly done.
This has the best orchestral soundtrack. Something else you got to give this a lot of credit for in the animation, Austin, is it's like every wildebeest is actually animated, like even when they're just standing around. You know, like you compare that to that last scene of the Beauty and the Beast, where there's not even enough like people in that room, and they're also not moving.
Well, and they're all 3D animated, right? And it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a lot more seamless and less noticeable that it's not hand drawn than some of the stuff in Beauty and the Beast and some of the stuff in I almost said Crocodile Dundee. In Rescuers Down Under.
Crocodile Dundee Down Under.
It is visceral when Scar grabs his paws.
Yes.
Like that got me in the theater. And then you see him actually digging in. And this is like, ugh.
No, this upset me a lot as a kid when I watched it the first time.
And then
But-
it leads to the funniest thing in cinematic history in the remake.
Yes, it
Oh.
does. I couldn't even believe that. But John, have you ever given this any thought? It's nuts when he digs his claws in like that, and then tosses them down. But because they're lions, if he wanted to save him, that's still how he'd have to save him.
I never thought
Yeah.
about that, but yeah, no.
Because he can't grab his hand; he doesn't have digits. Like he'd have to dig into his paw and then pull him up. And so even if he was trying to save him, we'd be like, ugh.
I can bite on his mane and pull him up, I guess.
That's true. He could do that. That's fair. That would have been a really awkward moment, right? Where like he stabs into his claws, and then Mufasa like freaking and then Scar's like, no, I'm trying to save you. He's like, well, yeah, but
Well,
this really freaking hurts, okay?
I just imagine like that famous behind the scenes thing for Cars where they talk about the one character wants to show another one a map, and they were like, okay, how do they show a map? And they do like 8,000 versions where he like pulls out a map or like it's on the windshield or whatever, and then finally they were like, just cut this out. just don't even do it. I just think of that like, okay, how does Scar pull him up? They don't have hands.
I love the way we linger on this moment. Like it's
The way
fantastic how
that
much
this all plays,
time
where
we take
they
here.
end up convincing Simba that this is all his fault, is horrifying.
And again, atmosphere is always really effective. We're like, we suck the music out entirely for a bit, and then when it comes back, it's real subtle. The echo is really effective.
No, just the way that he like pushes in the body is very visceral for a kids movie.
Yeah, and then when like he snuggles in like he would if they were just taking a nap or something, like it's so messed up. How long would he have stayed there if Scar hadn't come in? Are you good?
Yep. Sorry.
Discussing topics. Why does Scar tell Simba to run? Why not kill him there? That was always a question I had. I mean, it's probably a how do you dispose of the body thing. Where it's like if he can get him to run out past the Pride Lands and have the hyenas attack him, then he's got plausible deniability.
That's the way it always played to me, is because he does send the hyenas after him, and then they tell him that Simba died.
No, the biggest mistake, the dumbest thing Scar does is just trusting these idiot hyenas.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe the dumbest thing he does, Austin, is that he only sends 3. Because we know he commands this entire army of hyenas.
Yeah.
He could send 20 after him. He could send 50 after him. That's the real question we should be asking ourselves.
That's what I mean. Only 3 exist except for when they don't.
So, I mean, really the answer is because he is working with like predators and they want to hunt him down themselves. So he's giving them the chance because he's working with them. And then when they tell him, hey, he's dead, well, he believes them.
Yep.
Dude, that's such a cool
I
shot.
mean, the
with
real
sun in
answer
the
is that he can escape.
Right.
But it also is very effective with how Irons plays it. Like, if that moment were to not succeed, I think Irons sells it well enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
No,
is it,
what I like
is it a
about all
little
that is
easy?
just-
Is it a little contrived? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works
Yeah.
well enough. No, the bigger issue is if he'd sent more hyenas, at least one of them would have wound up, like past this part.
Austin, I'm just imagining all those hyenas doing the Nazi march through the thorns, trying to get through.
Yeah, there's enough of them there. They would just plow through it. You didn't even need the wildebeest. You could have just trampled them with all those hyenas.
And this is maybe not a super unusual case, but this is a case where the hyenas do have a decent enough reason to think he'd never come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is like a fetus running into the desert. He will probably die.
Well, that
They
and
didn't expect the warthog.
if they understand Scar's plan, he also comes back and he's a pariah even if they don't kill him immediately. Like, this would be a bad place for him to return to.
Yeah.
So, Austin, I've always laughed about this too. I know you like to make fun of the fact that as soon as Scar takes over and there's no food, it just storms perpetually. Like God or the universe or whatever has just decided that this is now this horrifying dystopia, and it's like he somehow like seared the sky. I don't know how that happened, but that night shot, it's already like sad and dark and brooding and scary.
Next, he's evil. He's won.
I don't know how they can be like so happy and bouncy living in this like horrible desert.
Eating bugs.
I mean, I guess they're not only always in the desert, but like this area, I don't know. Why would you ever be here?
Oh.
Nicholas Bodo, do you find it interesting how despite Lion King and Hunchback being optimistic takes on tragedies, but never the darkness, the core of these stories, particularly with the main antagonist? Sorry, I don't know if that was a complete sentence. But never the darkness at the core of these stories. I'm not sure what he's getting at, sorry. I should have read that sentence
Doesn't he
first.
just like they don't go as dark as like the source material? Because I think Hunchback's also based on a short story, right?
That's based on a book.
Or on a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to animate water in 2D, man. Like when it's on like a face or something.
But look, they got a little bit of water. Here's some green. That's not too bad.
I like how every line Pumbaa has is like super high energy for no reason.
I mean, we've all had friends like this guy. Just happy about every damn thing.
Yeah.
So
There's the
Jason,
people that can't be trusted.
What do you think of Timon and Pumbaa?
I like Timon and Pumbaa. Like we were talking about, I think they were pushed too much after this movie, but as part of this movie, I like them. I also think they also tried to remake Timon and Pumbaa in like every Disney movie after this. Like, I don't know. There's always that like side character that is funny, but
we were talking about this last night with Aladdin, where much of the time it seemed like they were kind of trying to like catch the genie lightning again.
yeah.
Well, and here we split Baloo from Jungle Book into two characters. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
also basically what this song
Oh, that's
is,
fair.
like a really awful version of Bare Necessities.
Yeah, that's fair. No, absolutely.
But it is that same, like, you can just be lazy. Don't worry about it.
No, that's true. Because bare necessities is kind of just like, do the bare minimum, right? And this
Yeah.
song is like go with the flow. Life's not actually really about anything. There's no responsibility. I mean, this is the opposite Spider-Man message.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. Just hang out, eat cookies, and play Switch.
Exactly. I almost wish, and I don't know, you could go way too far over the top with this, and I'm kind of surprised if the remake didn't do this, Austin. I don't remember because I didn't see it. But I almost wonder if you shouldn't have given Timon and Pumbaa, like, slightly more tragic backstories. Like, could they still be, like fun, bouncy, comedic characters if they're also, like, Simba kind of running from something? Or, like, they used to be, like running away from something, and that's why they're where they are now? I mean, it could just be as simple as we're trying not to get eaten and we wound up here. But...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that could have worked with, like, give that to Timon, and then, like, he's just kind of recruited Pumbaa. Because I think Pumbaa's, like, story there is a little juvenile, but it fits his character, just, like, as the goofy comic relief. You give Timon a little bit of that darkness to kind of balance it out. I think that could have worked.
Yeah, I do think this is the weakest stuff in the movie. But I don't know. I think they're some of my favorite comic relief characters in a Disney movie.
Yeah. No, and I don't like the song very much, but I do like them. Like, I do think they work.
Yeah.
I think I liked them more as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
what
think
they're
I
there
did
for.
too.
I
That
haven't
makes
fully
sense.
turned on them or anything, but, like, yeah, this
They're
is
not
not
the
my favorite stuff in
Ewoks.
the movie. But also, it's serviceable. Like, it does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
think
kind of just, like, the perfect characters for him to meet right now, because he's been led to believe, that he killed his dad, and they're like, hey, you can't change it. Why focus on it?
like Jason says, I think the big thing is they don't take over fully. If they took over more, I think they'd be more annoying.
Yeah.
But they're like
agree.
pushed just enough.
Yeah, and even when they help out at the end, they don't take over those scenes either.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind
my
My
of wish.
question is, how does a
little
lion
moment.
survive on bugs?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes me wish Iago was in Aladdin as much as.
No, dude,
these
he's
guys.
gonna have a protein deficiency really hard. Like, he's gonna have an iron problem. Most assuredly. I also like how Timon and Pumbaa, especially Timon, because Pumbaa kind of just goes along for the ride, right? Like, Timon is obviously the alpha between them,
Yeah.
and
And
he
he's more annoying.
he's kind of like the anti-Rafiki,
Yeah.
because he's giving the exact opposite advice that Rafiki does, and he's like the bad wise sage.
Mm-hmm.
He's still supposed to be likable, and the audience is supposed to enjoy him. He's
Yeah.
not a bad person, but he is steering Simba down the wrong path. And I guess I thread the needle well with that too, because that's a little atypical for a story like this, isn't it, Austin? Where usually the character that leads you down the wrong path would be like a bad guy kind of character. It's kind of interesting that they're supposed to be endearing through it.
Let's say with Baloo, like it's that kind of a thing too, where Baloo's like, don't take responsibility, like just hang out with me.
That's true too. It's almost like their lifestyles. I guess Disney movies sometimes are able to cheat with this stuff a little bit, and you're not supposed to. Yeah, obviously, it doesn't want you to overthink it. I'm me, so I do anyway. But it's like their lifestyles work fine for them, but the protagonist isn't supposed to do that stuff because he's important.
Exactly, because he's royalty and they're scum.
Well, what I appreciate about them, like I said, is that that's what he needed at the moment, and then he's able to bring them onto his side, and like they, step up and also take responsibility to help him reclaim the kingdom later. Because you're right, like a lot of the times when you see a story like this, where the kid runs away from home or is exiled, he would fall into the wrong crowd. So I like that we're not doing that here.
Yeah, you're right. And with them, it's growth in a different way. When you say, like, they're helping him take his personal responsibility. For them, it's not about responsibility, it's about friendship. When they say, like, well, if it's important to you, like they come to Pride Rock and there's no food, the grass is all messed up, and it looks terrible because, like, somehow it affected the environment, somehow it affected the atmosphere, and they're like, well, if it's important to you, like they've learned what real friendship is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's
the
why
real
they're
reason...
endearing by the end. I'm sorry, Austin.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The real reason why, there's no more rain. It's a drought. It's because Scar forgot that Mufasa had to bless the rains down in Africa. He hasn't been doing that, so now they're gone.
Well, Austin,
Shut
could
up!
be a plot point in this movie, and I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't believe you said that. Mufasa's gotta bless the rains down in Africa.
I like this little moment where he brings up what Mufasa taught him about the stars. I also like that Pumbaa of all people is the one that's right, and everybody's like, that's stupid.
That's maybe the thing I quote in this movie the most is the great big balls of gas.
One, I like how he knows in his heart of hearts that he's not going in the right direction. And I like the way that they just dismiss him, and because they're all he's got, he's like, okay, I guess I'll ignore everything I was ever taught.
Yeah. And I like the way they animate that, because you can tell that's not sitting right with him, that he's turning his back on this.
Yes, exactly. I don't really understand why Pumbaa understands how space works.
Great,
because he's secretly the smartest character in this movie.
Yeah, great big balls of gas. He only knows that because he's also full of gas. That's like his one character trait.
Yeah, they play it like the most ridiculous thing. Oh, look, Rafiki is looking up at the colors of the wind.
No. No, Cap.
No, I love this weird, like, magic thing that he does here.
Yeah, I just need every Disney character to be voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. That's what I need. Great balls of
I want to see the scene where he steals the shell from a turtle.
You go to Canada, you get the brown disgusting goo.
Let's eat it.
Let's eat it. Let's make other people eat it.
We'll put it on perfectly good food.
You got the big balls of gas there.
I love how Rafiki's mixing his concoction with a turtle shell from Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see the scene where he has to get that turtle shell. Rafiki versus a turtle would be incredible.
Well, he jumped on it.
Oh.
It's interesting how there's almost nothing supernatural in this movie, and it might be that there's actually nothing supernatural in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's hard not to think that Simba doesn't like actually see his father from beyond the grave, considering that he and Rafiki are both looking at the same thing. Like, I guess it's possible it's in his head. Maybe, like, maybe that concoction is somehow like a weird drug or something that makes him hallucinate that. I don't know, but it's the only supernatural thing in the movie. So I would describe that as subtle mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I always thought, like, not entirely supernatural, but a lot of the stuff with Rafiki is at least somewhat in that lane. Because, like, he knows Simba's alive just from the wind.
Yeah, that's true. It's very 1990 Ninja Turtles in that way, where there's like that one mystical moment where they're able to like commune with someone.
The funniest stuff with either of them, is Pumbaa thinking he's actually gonna be murdered. Everything with that is
that delivery is perfect. She's gonna eat me.
Yeah, no, that's great. Bite her head.
Bite her head.
And I love
the way that's framed.
She looks in the face. That's awesome.
And I love the way it's framed there for a second, because we're kind of still on Timon and Pumbaa's level. So the two lions look like they're kaiju sized for a second.
Well, you know why Pumbaa was so scared, Cap? Is the way he was stuck. He'd seen rescuers down under. He's like, oh no, I'm the comedic relief. She's gonna put a needle in my ass.
She's gonna shoot me in the ass with a double-barreled shotgun.
It was so weird watching that movie because I hadn't seen the first one. I was like, oh, I don't know what this is.
I guess I'm glad they didn't do this, but you could have done a gag where Timon is so close to the ground that everyone taller than him is like, what?
I'm surprised they didn't do that in the remake.
Yeah, me too. Well, and to John's point a second ago, there are shots where he seems smaller than in other shots.
Oh, yeah. He's like an amoeba in that that last shot.
We're not too far away, Austin, from the most uncomfortable shot in the entire movie.
Oh, the first sex scene in a Disney film?
Yeah, yes.
Simba's like,
he knew just what I was talking about.
What did you think they would think?
No, even as a kid, I was like
10 years.
That face, you're like... I'm pretty sure we were witness to the moment where he impregnates her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we saw that happen in the film.
Yeah, no, there's definitely the moment where you can see entrance.
Oh, no. You see, now you've taken it too far.
Oh, I'm taking it too far.
I was straddling a line. You just jumped right over it.
No, I was the start. You finished, technically. I just said it started.
It starts. That timing was amazing.
That's the circle of life, though.
I'm so happy that happened. They do a good job. It seems like this would be difficult with character models in 2D, of making Simba look younger than his father when he's fully grown, and like has a similar character model and has like the same color mane and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they figured out how to do like what would look like. I realize the ages would be different, but bear with me. Like a 20-year-old version versus like a one in his 50s or something.
Well, like I said the other night, like this is also their B team.
Oh, I
that
forgot
worked
about
on
this
this
song.
film.
Yes.
I love Pumbaa in this song. Who? What?
Oh. No, this song's also awesome.
I like it. So here's the problem. I like "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" well enough as a pop song Elton John is singing. My problem with it here is it's so generic. It could be in any movie.
What?
I'm just more uncomfortable
Oh.
by the actual lion sex that we have to watch for the next
No,
minute.
me too. But like this song actually reads a little dated to me. Like it's a '90s
Yeah.
pop song in
Oh,
the middle of
that's
this
fair.
this movie. It's not in the same ballpark as the rest of this music. Now to be fair, this does. I don't know what the word would be. It's not jukebox musical, obviously, because it's not like songs that pre-existed. But all the songs in this do feel like they're kind of in different genres more than some of the other movies.
Well, it's just now you're doing a ballad, which is fine, but I can see where you're coming from with that. Like it is kind of dated in that way.
Okay, now I want the tennis match from Death Note, but like this, but in song. Like,
Oh
Can
my
You Feel the Love
god,
Tonight?
that's great. They're just singing at each other.
Yeah,
but
they're
in
just
their heads.
Yeah, in their heads.
But yeah, what's
I also
awesome?
don't like how happy Simba's looking at her there when I know what they're about to do.
Yeah, no, they're like, guess what's happening tonight? Here it comes. Here it comes.
You're gonna feel it tonight, the love.
Dude, I never got it.
Here's the face. This is uncomfortable. Oh
I
man,
need an adult.
they did that. Like you didn't know you were gonna get. Well, I'm not gonna go that far. That's awesome. Jumping the line. I'm not gonna say that.
That is the scene that sets up Lion King 2.
But yeah, if you think about it, so what I was going to say is this movie is actually a little less Broadway musical than some of the others, which is ironic because then it spawned a really popular Broadway musical. But this song is weird as a song in a musical because, hear me out for a second. It's sung in scene at the start and finish, bookended with Timon and Pumbaa.
Mm-hmm.
And then our lion characters are singing some of it
In their heads.
internally in their heads, and then the rest of it is a chorus off screen that's not like actually in the film. It's actually kind of bizarre.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it's almost like you're seeing what will be, how they do the musical stuff in like Tarzan,
That's what I was going
which
to say.
I'm not a big fan of. But
No, I'm not either.
I've never seen that.
You have like a kind of a mix. Basically, Jason, they just have Phil Collins sing all the songs over the movie,
Okay,
and it's just
yeah.
kind of awkward.
I knew he did the soundtrack. I didn't know he sung it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all incidental. It's not really a musical.
Interesting.
And this movie is a musical, but then you do that where part of it is and part of it isn't. And what's weird is it's like the chorus, it's like it's being sung to the audience, which is what I don't like, which is the big thing I don't like about it, where it's like the verses they're singing to themselves about each other, and then we go to the chorus and it's like, hey audience, can you feel the love tonight?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't like that. That's weird. Quit telling me I'm supposed to feel. It's weird.
I can see it.
Angel Castaneda, why is it awkward though? A lot of Phil's songs in that movie are bangers. I don't know that it's awkward in that movie. I just don't like that style as well. It's awkward
I'm also
here
not
for
a
the
big
reasons
fan
I
of
just
Phil
described.
Collins.
But I'm sorry, what, Austin?
Said I'm also not a big fan of Phil Collins, but I would have preferred if they sung the songs in the movie.
And see, I'll split the middle on that because I like Phil Collins a lot, but I like his earlier work, and his '90s stuff I find really sappy. And so I
Yeah.
don't like it in that I don't like those songs. I like
Yeah.
Genesis Phil Collins, and I like his like early albums. I don't know where you land on Phil Collins. When you were a child, you were obsessed. When you were really little,
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
obsessed
obsessed
with
with-
Phil Collins.
I prefer Peter Gabriel. That's all I'll say.
This is the real best song in this movie.
Squash banana.
Do you think he was doing that while they were doing it?
I think he's been doing that for like 12 hours.
That's what I mean, like, because this is like right after.
Yeah.
Was he just in a tree above them doing that?
Yes.
It's like at some point Simba's gonna show up, and I've got to do the Yoda thing where I'm acting like a clown.
Yeah.
I've never watched this with subtitles before, and just putting the lyrics to the subtitles is really funny.
Yeah, they wrote that out. That's commitment.
Elton John worked on the harmony.
That was a good. Oh, Austin. That was a good use of first person POV, which you don't get a lot.
Ooh.
But it's effective to see how crazed he is from Simba's perspective.
Yeah.
Robotters, you can't go wrong with Gabriel. It is big time. Nicholas Bodo, In the Air Tonight, is one of the best songs of the 80s. I agree.
That is a good song.
I do like that part.
That's great.
It's great.
I still can't believe I never knew what this voice was, Austin. Now I feel
Oh.
foolish.
I don't know who voices Rafiki.
No.
Who voiced-
Sorry.
Oh.
Older Simba. We were talking about that
Oh, older
earlier.
Simba. Okay, I
I'm
gotcha.
saying,
I
I
gotcha.
still can't believe I didn't know that until last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know who voices Rafiki either. Is it like a?
It's me.
If we look it up, we'll probably
Oh.
not know the man, right?
I just know. I think in the remake, it's Black Panther's dad. That's Rafiki.
Robert Guillaume, if I'm getting anywhere near that pronunciation right.
Gorlami.
He played. Oh, interesting. I've seen a couple episodes of this when I was a kid. He played Benson in the ABC show Soap. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Soap. Soap was a sitcom
I've heard of it. I've never
that
seen it.
parodied soap operas, and it was pretty funny.
I've never heard of it.
He's from St. Louis.
Hmm.
No one cares.
Like there he is. There he is. See, nobody cares.
It's a mania. I'm trying to learn things.
Yeah,
okay?
no, you're actually, you make a really good point with like the
That guy was from St. Louis.
No,
I mean, I just
that,
read that on the wiki.
the the design of Simba versus Mufasa, because you have to have, him in the reflection, and you have to make it different.
One way you do it, and I realize right now he's in the clouds, so like obviously, but one way you do it is that theory I was telling you about earlier, that older men their heads get larger, so like you have to make his head a lot bigger, and then immediately he seems much older. Because I swear to God, a lot of men get bigger heads as they get older.
Yeah, Mufasa's just bigger in general. Yeah.
Just go look at but I'm gonna assume that when he was this age, he had a smaller head, okay? Because even when he stopped growing, his head still got bigger.
Right.
I'm telling you, folks, if you've never had this thought before, just go look at Jeff Bridges in Tron, and then look at Jeff Bridges now, and he's got a much larger head, okay? Look at him in the original Tron, and then look at him in Iron Man. He has a much larger head. Well, see, and Rafiki knows about the winds changing because he's seen the colors of them.
No, I knew it was coming. The second he said winds, I was like, "Oh God, here we go. Here we go again."
Everybody's got to be careful when Pumbaa's around because you got to stand downwind from the winds of change.
Austin, I agree with your Yoda comparison, but I like this. This is like a more violent Yoda.
He's Yoda at the beginning of Empire, where
Yeah.
he's just beating the crap out of R2.
I was about to say that. He does the exact same thing as Yoda in Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you had Yoda that was also that crazy Yoda. So Last Jedi Yoda.
Oh.
Do you remember that bit in Monsters Incorporated?
Nope.
When that like lizardy bad guy monster, I can't remember his name right now, is like the winds of change. I wonder if they were thinking about this movie at all when they wrote that.
They're freaking out.
Carnivore. You know what? That's actually, in an odd way, kind of an important moment, at least for Timon and Pumbaa, because they've been like dealing with these lions for a while, and they should still be like, in general, afraid of lions.
Yeah.
They shouldn't get too used
Also
to
worship them.
anybody but Simba. They should worship them.
That's like the
Who's
thing.
got a
Is
scar?
all these animals are like worshiping the lions, but the lions also eat them.
Well, they don't worship them. They respect them as their rulers.
Oh, okay.
No, I actually really like that. That like they bow in deference to them and like appreciate the circle of life. I mean, that whole speech, we didn't talk about this earlier, that whole speech from Mufasa is like really easy to make from his perspective when you're at the top, where it's like, and then we die, and then we become the grass, and then the antelope eat the grass. It's like, well, yeah, okay, but like you get to live a lot longer.
I want them to make a Lion King 2.5, but it's like from an antelope's perspective or something.
Why?
An antelope's perspective of 2.
Lion
Well,
King.
so that you can see that side of the circle of life.
He
I just went with
he
2.5
wants-
because 1.5 already exists.
He wants a Lion King 1 1/3 or whatever.
No, 1 3/4.
Where he wants that movie where every like scene were from the perspective of an animal that will be eaten in said scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Daniverse. And then it ends with the antelope being eaten. You know what, Austin? Now that I can't unhear that voice, you might be right about it. I don't like this is getting ruined for me. Well, because I have found him... I like that actor fine. I have found him miscast in things.
Yeah, and that's my thing more so. Is I just think he's
Broderick.
miscast. Like, he's given it his all. I just only hear Matthew Broderick, and I don't think it really fits.
It's not his fault. He's in the 90s or is it early 2000s, I forget, remake of The Music Man, and he's not right for it at all. Like, it just doesn't work.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's... Like, him versus Robert Preston, I don't know why you would ever watch that version. It's weird.
Yeah.
He is an actor I haven't seen in anything in a long time, now that we're talking about him.
Matthew Broderick? Yeah.
He's in The Cable Guy.
The last thing I can think of that he was in was that Tower Heist movie.
Oh.
By Brett Ratner, I think.
Okay, wait a minute. How would you know what drag is or the hula? Why would there be a hula? There's no human beings that you know
And
of.
that one frame where he's not wearing anything and then he turns around and he's wearing something is hilarious.
One of the birds went to Hawaii and told them about this.
Yeah.
Well, I like how there's no telling even what period of time we're in.
That's my favorite song from this movie.
I think Elton John also did the beat for that.
This is a bad day, man. They're like zombies where they've killed all the humans and there's no humans left. Yeah, I need somebody to explain to me how he pierced the sky. How do you figure though?
Well, Mufasa couldn't have stopped the rain.
He's ten. Okay, that's fair. He's 10 times the king Mufasa was because he hasn't been murdered yet.
Yeah.
Scar's from
That's
the
a big
mirror
part of it, too.
universe. It turns out. He's just glad nobody stabbed him yet with their claws, because that's how you'd stab people. Lions. Alive.
I love that little glance up at the hyenas.
Like the lion's gonna be like, why'd you say it like that?
Just that whole line's beautiful. Just Simba.
I'm like, how would this scene have played differently if they had done the whole hero angle? Simba, I saved you. I'm so surprised to see you alive.
Yeah, one of the things that I've heard people complain about with this movie that I do think there is credence to, it doesn't bother me a ton, but it is maybe awkward in a kids movie that Simba's like, okay, I'm gonna come take responsibility for my life. I'm gonna go do this. It comes back, and everybody rejects him until Scar is like, whoa, okay, I lied, and then they all, come in on Simba's side. I do think that's a little awkward, just from like a messaging point.
Yeah, Manu left a comment about that because he said he couldn't be here tonight. He wanted us to talk about that. So
okay.
break down why
I've
that's a
heard that
problem,
before.
because I'm not immediately getting what the issue is there.
So what's awkward about it is that Simba's been completely shirking responsibility, and then when he finally comes and takes it, he's rejected for it, despite having come back to do the right thing. That's what's kind of awkward about it. And he's only embraced when it turns out he didn't make that mistake in the first place. That's where it's just a little awkward, I think.
Well, sure, but
At least it's not a big deal.
But if they thought that there was any credence to Scar's story that Simba killed Mufasa, isn't that how they would respond to it? And isn't that just natural consequences of running away and not immediately dealing with the problem at hand right at the start? I'm not sure why the messaging is
Well, it's just
is conflated or anything with that.
no. I think it's just awkward. Because,
Everybody thought he killed his dad.
He was also a little kid. It's a little different. It's not like he full on murdered his dad. It is an accident.
Yeah, no, of course, but I mean, I think they're kind of just all standing back, listening, trying to decide what even happened and what is happening.
The only reaction we get is his mom just saying, "Tell me it's not true."
Well, sure.
Yeah, no, they're all just kind of like, oh, maybe we don't really like Simba. And then Scar says this, and they all come in and attack. That's when it's that's why it's awkward. It's just Simba comes in, is like, I'm going to take responsibility, is turned down for it. Scar goes, okay,
yeah, but that's what I'm not getting about
really
this.
matter,
Is how's he turned down for taking responsibility? I'm not understanding that part of it.
because they immediately are willing to abandon him right there. That's the part where he's
I don't
being
see how
turned down for
aren't
it.
they just listening?
No, because we get reaction shots of them like, oh, no, we
Yeah,
don't really
they're
like this
surprised
guy.
by what they're hearing, but what you're saying, I feel like, is only a problem if they immediately side with Scar. If they did a goofy, dramatic thing where they're all standing behind him in that scene, and they're about to pounce on Simba, sure. But you're talking about 10, 15 seconds where they're just listening to Scar's explanation and Simba going, it was an accident.
Mhm.
Now, it's maybe too easy that he's able to get Scar to own up for it as quickly as he does, so that then they all turn on Scar. I think that whole thing happens too fast. That's my problem with it.
And see,
Yeah. No, it's more
agree.
just a little muddled than anything.
Well, and Cap, with that, I find it consistent because he's scared of Simba the moment he shows up, and I like that Scar's not really a physical threat, so the minute things get physical, he just breaks.
Like I said, it's not even a big thing I have. I'm just also kind of playing devil's advocate because I have heard that a ton.
I have too.
And
I
do
just never totally understood the argument there. I do get. I don't know. if they if they bought into what Scar was saying for sure for any amount of time, you'd be like, yeah, he was a little kid. Like, and like, so why are you full on buying this story? And also, Scar's like ruined all of your lives. This is like the most untrustworthy possible person. So yeah, the thing that I was always more confused about, and I guess you can just chalk it up to, like he's a little kid who's just dealt with this horrible trauma, with his father dying, is like how easily, Simba, like buys Scar, saying it's his fault and that his family will blame him for it. That was the part that never fully set right with me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This was always silly to me.
Oh no, I
The
think
slow
this is really
mo,
cool.
it's very silly.
I just love that Scar is such a weak lion that he can't stand up to a lion that's been living on bugs.
In fact, the slow-mo might work better and be less silly if there wasn't like a intentional animation delay for like you
No,
see
I think
ripples
it's
in
cool.
it. No, all right.
No, it feels like they don't know how to make lions fighting look cool, and like at least they don't think they do, so they have to do like slow mo to try to make
Make it
look
feel a
cooler.
bit more epic.
Yeah.
Austin, besides you're not caring for some of the music in this, you said you did have issues with this movie, and I don't know that you've really brought up a ton.
Like I said, I don't have a ton. It's more, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the music. I don't really like Matthew Broderick.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought
Yeah,
you were
it's
going to
not
have
good.
story. Early on, it sounded like you had maybe like story logic issues or something.
oh, no.
Oh, okay.
And
No, like I said,
Simba brought the
that's
ring
maybe
back.
like a little muddled, but I don't feel strongly about it. Like, it's not something that I'm up in arms about.
Do you have any thoughts on that whole debate?
On what debate?
Oh, I don't want to get back into it.
Okay, then okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Did you hear what we were talking about though? The whole thing with the lions. Like, I don't know, like maybe turning on someone, maybe being willing to turn on him
Oh yeah, no, they
when he comes back and all that.
no. I think that was. I think I'm on your side with that. Where they're just reacting.
There we go. The rains have been blessed. He's going for it.
Yeah, but he brought the rain back.
Thank God, because everything was on fire.
Yeah.
I love the
fire went out
skull on the
quick.
ground. That's pretty cool.
I really
Yeah, it was
like
something
the
washed
People will
away.
come,
piece of
right?
music they're playing here.
Maybe Austin, his mom's line instead of say it isn't true should have been how.
How? How was that possible?
Okay, so
You were
how
a
did that
literal
happen? And,
fetus.
like, how long did it take them to make that happen? And how did the weather?
They've
what?
planted a lot of grass
guess.
somehow because they're lions.
Like, where were the giraffes all this time?
Well, I can tell you exactly how long it's been. It's precisely the amount of time it takes a lioness to give birth because we saw the moment where she was impregnated, okay?
Sure.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
Clearly. Oh, Angel guess that is right. Those are more colors of the wind. Did you see that?
Oh no! Stop it!
Bams!
The circle of life will return.
And the Lion King
In the
too.
Doomsday.
I kind of never get tired of this one. And it's the only one I have that with.
Yeah.
Like Aladdin, I got real burnt out on when I was a kid. And I couldn't
Honestly,
watch
me
it for
too.
like 15 years or more.
That's a good one.
I think it's because of the whole I think it's because of that plot of like him lying the whole time. Where I don't know if I can watch that so many times. Where it's
You just get tired of
yeah.
that whole thing. We talked about that a little bit last night.
Oh God, Disney Plus is trying to play Lion King 2. No,
I saw it too.
Austin, watch it.
That looks terrible.
I've
Let's
seen
watch
it before.
That's the thing is Austin said he's seen some of the sequels, the direct-to-video sequels more often.
Yeah, let's watch 101 Dalmatians 2.
Is there one? I
Yes.
think there's one for the
Yeah.
live
Yes,
action
yes.
one. Yeah? I don't even remember this.
So Austin, this one does not count as a cover because it's sung by the man who wrote it.
That is true.
But we are doing that thing where it's the song you heard already, but done as a pop song. But I love that they put that in the credits with this because I like the lyrics of this version a lot more. And it's
Yes,
nice that we
yeah.
get to hear them here.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I
listen to
mean,
that soundtrack a
paid
lot
for
more.
Elton John, get Elton John.
Yeah. No, good call. You got to hear his voice somewhere. It'd be ridiculous
Yeah.
to have him and you don't get that great voice. Pros and cons guy, $2 super chat. What's the next movie?
It's Austin's favorite.
Tomorrow night we're doing another double feature, and it's going to be the antithesis of the double feature we had yesterday. It was two of my favorite movies. And then tomorrow we've got to watch back-to-back Pocahontas and then Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I realize there's some Hunchback fans in the audience. I'm indifferent to that movie before anything. I saw it some as a kid. My mom, my stepdad were kind of obsessed with it. And it's never stuck with me.
I haven't seen either of these movies.
I remember stuff in it.
I wish
I know
I
I've
was
seen Hunchback, but
be
I
able
don't
to be
remember
there,
like
but-
anything about it except the gargoyles.
Somebody in the comments earlier was like, Cap's going to be really terrified by the villain song. I'm like, I've seen it.
No, you're gonna be frightened.
It's
Yeah.
so scary.
It's too spooky.
Okay, great. Tomorrow will be peak.
No, that movie at least looks really good. It's a nice looking movie. It's been too long since I've seen it. But
I feel like Pocahontas is the one movie from this period, for obvious reasons, that Disney kind of just pretends like they never made. Like, you never see anything from it. Does she count as a princess? Because she's never in with all the Disney princesses.
I feel like she at least used to be, if she's not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Native American tribes to tell you if they have princesses. They have like an equivalent.
I mean, some of the
where-
Disney princesses aren't princesses either.
like at all.
To be fair.
Yeah. Mulan is not a princess.
No.
But I mean, with Mulan, yeah, the guy she's with, that's also not a prince. I don't think she has the
He's
whole
a
marrying.
general.
Yeah, she didn't marry a prince to become a prince. Okay, so she's just not even at all. Like,
No, just not at all.
Belle probably becomes a princess.
Well, she would just become a queen, because the
True.
beast isn't a prince, he's a king.
Well, that's a good
No,
point.
the whole Disney princess thing is so like
Yeah.
barely.
How many of them are even actually
even
princesses? Yeah, Nature Gazzetta says Elsa's not either. She's a queen.
Yeah. That's true too.
Yep.
Frank Wells, they lost the president of the company the year Lion King came out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that I knew that either.
And he was only 10 years old.
What?
Well, it said 1984 to 1994, so
Oh. That's Jason, that's how long he ran the company.
I know.
That's so funny.
Well, he ran it from birth. It was a circle of life.
Dude, that was a quality joke.
Okay.
That was absolutely a quality joke. John, say something about Lion King you didn't get to say about Lion King. John has
I agree.
nothing
Like,
left to say
yeah,
about Lion King.
I like how Scar when Mufasa does the like run and never return, and Scar uses that to blind him to even the playing field for a minute. I like that moment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then you get the goofy slow-mo that shouldn't be there.
Jason's the only one that likes the slow-mo.
I think it looks like super like
A Viewmaster?
No,
Oh.
I think it looks very epic and like not fairy tale, but like it makes it feel like a story from long ago, where it's like this is the big fight from the legend of the lion.
I think that's what they're going for. It doesn't work for me. It either needed to be longer or something, because it's just like two lions kind of awkwardly batting at each other in slow motion.
Yeah, it's almost like we don't. Yeah, that's what it is, John. It's like we don't know how to do really exciting and engaging lion fight choreography. And like the way they're like, we want to be realistic, so we're gonna have lions fight the way they fight. The problem is that's not what you do for a big epic climax for your big movie. So we gotta slow it down so it seems bigger.
Yeah,
Because they're
It
just
would've
gonna do this.
They
No,
should have had Scar leave. That would have been funny.
no, they should have had that in normal tempo and then made the Nala and Simba scene in slow mo.
No.
No.
Wait.
I feel like the slow-mo thing and in the air tonight, pardon me, and I Can You Feel the Love Tonight are the two most dated things with this
Can
movie.
you feel the colors of wind tonight?
I can't fully explain why, but I feel like the slow motion decision is a thing that you would only do like right around when this movie came out. It feels like such a mid-90s choice to me.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is so, in a lot of ways, like otherwise timeless. But Timon and Pumbaa are in a couple places, and I like that there's not a lot of this, but I mentioned the luau thing and all of that. A little too close to the genie, and he's got an excuse.
Yeah, he has an excuse.
They don't have an excuse. Why do they know pop culture things?
Yeah,
Or a human anything?
I think. Yeah,
As Zazu told them, he went out and then he learned things, and then he came back.
Wait. Why
That'll
would
be-
Zazu? So Zazu knows Timon and Pumbaa. No one else knows that they exist in the Pride Lands, but Zazu
Yeah.
does.
Well, that's why they saved Zazu. They're like, oh, we know this guy. He told us all about like Pogs and
Taxi
stuff.
driver.
Yeah, taxi driver.
Wait, so you're saying this movie actually takes place in the present day?
It
Yes.
takes place in
wait, are
1994.
Pogs mentioned
It kind of could.
in this movie?
No.
Okay,
Pogs
I
are
was
not
like-
mentioned. No, there's no Pogs in the Lion King.
No.
Jason thinks Lion King has Pogs.
No. I thought maybe that was in something that I missed, and I was like, I was misremembering something.
Can you play with Pogs
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, it's when Zazu's in prison, he starts playing with Pogs, and then Scar's like, stop!
Look, no.
I don't like
lions,
Pogs.
they couldn't. How would they pick up a slammer? They're
No,
lions.
Zazu's playing with
Oh,
it.
oh,
And
That,
God.
they
he's
should have
in this
had.
little
They should have
cell.
had Pogs, Simba and Scar fighting in slow motion, just playing Pogs,
They play Pogs.
Like, this is how we'll settle this.
and then you have like the really epic Lion King music in the background, and they're just like,
Discussing Topic says the present day is shown in the Timon and Pumbaa show. So that show unilaterally decides this takes place in the present. There's no reason it can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're cynical
Sure.
enough to think that there are no places left in the world that are, like, untouched by man at all. But, like, there's still some swaths of Africa, I would assume. They're like
Timon and Pumbaa are like watching the
big
Cosby
enough
Show in their
that-
TV show.
that you can have this. I'm sorry, what?
Said in their TV show they're like watching the Cosby Show and stuff. Like it's like they love their pop culture.
Now everybody just wants to talk about Pogs. I still have a lot of my old Pogs. Maybe someday I'll.
I think
do
I had like
a
a
video.
Pog as a child, and I didn't know what it was for, and then I threw it out.
Maybe I'll do a video about Pogs. Maybe we should do a video, Jason, where we try to play Pogs.
Okay. I've never played Pogs.
That might be amusing.
I don't really understand why. Like,
I only did it a handful of times. I mostly just collected them.
yeah, I don't know. It's cardboard circles. Like,
That is true. I didn't expect this to turn into a Pog conversation. Thanks, Austin.
You never know what's gonna happen when Timon and Pumbaa and Zazu are hanging out.
they don't.
That doesn't happen.
That's why.
Well,
Unless-
Yeah, no one
That's why
expected
they
this
made
because
a
that-
1.3. That's where you find that out.
Unless they unilaterally decided that they did that
Yeah,
in the Timon
Lion-
and Pumbaa TV show.
Lion King 1 3/4.
Yeah, that's where it happens. That's where Zazu's like, I've been hanging out with Timon and Pumbaa for like the last 15 years.
Well, anyway, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow night for Austin's favorite Disney movie and Robert's other favorite Disney movie. I think Robert's going to come on for Hunchback, and Austin, it's probably just going to be me and you with the Pocahontas.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Robert, we're
You're
finally
gonna
going to
see me
see
rip
Cat
my
play
hair
Pogs
out.
on camera. Yeah, if Robert, if you want to see that bad, I'll consider making that video.
Austin,
right.
you better watch the movie ahead of time to get prepared.
He's got
Be
No.
prepared.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Thanks to me, we will struggle to get through that commentary, I'm sure.
Hey, thanks to the both of us, man. I've got nothing to say about that movie, okay? I will be there, and I will say things to make Austin squirm, and that's all I got.
I saw
man.
that once in a car. You know those cars with the TV, where they have a TV
Yeah.
for the back seat. Yeah. So I had never been in one of those before. I was like 6,
You
right?
know, scars for the TV.
Yeah. And my friend had one of
A
them.
bus?
And that no.
No.
And
I know what you're talking about.
And that was playing, and that's the only time I've ever seen that movie.
Oh.
Discussing topics asked if I was staying for Pocahontas. I am not.
Did you just call her Pocahontas?
No, I said Pocahontas. What?
Oh, I think you said
Her
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get
no,
going.
I think the next one I'm doing is Tarzan next week.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see John for Tarzan, and we'll see Jason for a couple things next week, probably.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night. Some folks hopefully will pop in for Pocahontas. And in the meantime, I was Captain Logan. We had Jason.
Yeah.
We had Austin the Day Ghost.
Good night, everybody.
And John Sandoval.
See you, everyone.